but also when not to sing. Okay? Those are called rests. And this is what it looks like.
Looks like a hat.
Okay? Be careful of the whole rest and the half rest. They kind of look the same. Okay? And I'll explain later how you could immediately spot whether it's a whole rest or a half rest. Now, this is also a good time. Oh, by the way, those rests is equivalent to whatever the value of the notes are. Okay? If the quarter note gets one beat, then also the quarter rest gets one beat. If the half note gets one beat, then the half rest is also one beat, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Now, this is also a good time to introduce how to count. How long was that?
I just restarted it at the rest.
When we count, now I notice I didn't tell you how to count when we did those examples, right? Now I'm going to tell you how to count, and most of you know about this. In a given bar or measure, whatever is the content between these two bars is called one measure, or it's also known as one bar. Okay? So, in a measure, there is a specified amount of beats. The beat is the pulse of the song. Okay? In fact, you know what? I'm going to put this aside. It's okay if you can't see me right now. Just gonna, I'm just going to demonstrate something. I want you to tap out or clap out the beat of what I'm about to play. Okay? Go ahead, start whenever you're ready. That's it. Okay, what about this? Right. Exactly. What about this? Right. Okay.
That's my theme song.
Like that. It's a little bit more syncopated to establish the beat, right? That's a contrast. Okay, what about this? Okay, there's two different answers there. Some of you are going, and some of you are going. Okay, which one is right? The fast one?
Yes.
Okay, would it amaze you if I said both of those were right? Yes. Depending on what you're after, both of them are right. Either it's or right. Funny thing is, the rhythm.
I wanted to do the
Okay,
stroll.
good. So the point of that is, it's the steady beat, steady pulse of the song that you kind of you're swaying to, or nervous about. Da, 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 da. If it's a very fast song, then you're like more like this, right? So the pulse is more adrenaline rush. The very slow ones, it's like you're gonna fall asleep. Boom, boom, dragging, right? Dune. But there's still a steady, right? So it's those kind of things that I want you to internalize, okay? And it's not that hard because you've been doing it all your life. You've been tapping, or if you have a pencil, you go, you know? Everybody has done that before. Even the pen going like this, that's another kind of pulse thing. You're kind of creating a rhythm, you know. It's all within us, right? It's not that hard to conceptualize what is the steady beat. What is that, right? It's within you. Now, we're just trying to put it into writing what is in us, right? So this is one of the ways that you could figure out, oh, okay, I know what you mean now, okay? Because after all, before anything is written down, is music based on what you see? No. It's what you hear, and it's what you feel. Okay? The birth of music is not the eyes. A lot of people now that focus too much on, oh, I gotta read music, I gotta read music. No, that's not the end all be all. Music is through the ear and to the heart. That's what it is. It's not reading it, right? When you're a baby, do you read automatically already? No. What do you do first? You, you make sound. That's the very first thing. Even before you could really see, too. When you're born, you're blind almost. But you can hear your voice. You see? Right? Sound is very, very instinctive. And it's kind of sad right now that the way we evolve is like we make it all about the eyes. I know that I'm going off a tangent, but this is so important to gear yourself, your attitude. And you know, I'm teaching you how to read, and I'm telling you this is not the end all be all. Isn't it ironic, right? Yeah. But this is so important, right?
Well, little babies do, you know, for their babies,
Yes.
they, as little as they are, they go to a beach.
Yes,
They're
exactly.
Even in the crib, so
It's instinctive.
it's
You know,
instinctive.
it's in you already, even before learning how to read or to even see anything, right? So let me tell you a quick story that, and it's kind of like tragic, but it's funny at the same time. So when my mom first came here in the U.S., she's an organ piano teacher, right? So she got a job over at John Waltrip's Music Center in Arcadia. I used to live in Arcadia, believe it or not. And the manager said to my mom, go ahead and hire your teacher assistants because you have too many students, so you need to hire some teachers. So, okay, she put out an ad there. A lot of them came, a lot of them having masters, PhDs in music, okay? And they performed for her Bach and all the technical stuff, Rachmaninoff, you know, stuff like that. And she said, oh, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. Okay, can you improvise on Amazing Grace? And then no teacher could do it. The PhDs.
What?
I can't do that. I need to have the music in front of me. I need to read it. I can't without reading it. Amazing Grace. And he said, okay, fine. What about Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Nothing. Can you believe it? PhDs, doctorate in music, cannot improvise on Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Are you kidding me? I need the music. Come on. That is sad. Sad. What does that tell you? They all focus on the eyes, never on the ears. Music is about the ears. Hello? Okay? Having said that, it's a very, very useful tool, reading music. Very useful tool. But don't think this is the end all be all. Please. Okay? Good. I had my spiel down. So, within one measure, there is a specified amount of beats, and the most popular is 4. Okay? So there's beat 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we're going to label it as. So if the quarter note is 1, if the quarter note equals 1, then it would make sense for me to just put a quarter note underneath each beat. Does that make sense? Right? That makes sense. Also, this makes sense too. If I want to fill it in with half notes, I start with 1, of course. That takes up 2 spots. So let me do that right now. That takes up. Everybody understand that so far? The other one starts on beat 3, and it also taking up 2 spots. Understand that so far? Yeah? Okay. What if I want to put a whole note in there? Takes up how many? 4. So I start with 1,
That's it.
and it takes everything. Could I fit anything else in there? No. This would be wrong. That doesn't make any sense. If this takes up all 4 and there's a quarter note on beat 4, you made a mistake, right? It's a typo. It doesn't make any sense. So you cannot put anything in there except the whole note because it takes it all up. Let's all sing a whole note right now. 1, 2, ready, go. Exactly. That's how you do that. Okay? Now, let's get into the 8th notes. Because that, we haven't gotten into that yet and how to read that yet. Because it subdivides the beat. Because an 8th note, if the quarter note is 1, is only half of a beat. Let's take a look at it right now. 8th note only takes up half of the beat. Right? What am I going to do with the other half? Oh, that's too thick. Right? So that means I could put another 8th note there, squish it in there, then put another 8th note with 2, and then put another one, squish it in there. Then I could place it at 3, then another one in there between there, and put it on 4, and I could put one more right before there. Everybody understand so far? Right? Because the eighth note is smaller, or I should say shorter. You could put more of it in there. Right? Because it's so short. There's a problem though. You have a label. We want to label everything so that we know exactly where we are, right? There's a label for this, a label for this, a label for this, a label for this. How about these in between? There's blank. We could call this beat 1, 2, 3, 4. But these notes in between have no label in it, right? Before, with a quarter note, half note, and whole note, it's easy. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, and then 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But now that it's smaller, we need a label on top of this, what to call it. And we use the word and. This is the shortcut way of writing and. Okay? So that when you say the and of the one, this is what you're talking about. This is called the and of the two. This is the and of the three. The and of the four. Yes. See, now we have a label with everything. All right. So if the beat is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, right? I'm clapping the beat. The ands, you count it this way. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. Okay. Can we agree to shut our cell phones right now? Because that's a little bit distracting. If you have it on. I should have said that. Okay. Now, it's twice as fast, isn't it? Because you could insert more in there. So if this is again the beat, then I'm going to count it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Did I speed up?
No.
No. I didn't speed up. Still the same tempo, kind of slow, right? I didn't speed it up at all. I just subdivided it. That's all I did. Okay? It would seem like I am singing twice as fast, right? But the tempo is still this, which is about 60 BPM. It's still that. Ba, 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 ba. That's how you sing eighth notes. Ready? 1, 2, eighth notes, go. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, quarter note. Good. Half notes. Full notes. Eighth notes. Quarter notes. Eighth notes. Right. That's it. Very good.
Sounds like a
Very,
heartbeat.
very, very good. Is that good? Or
It
what?
sounds like a heartbeat.
Yes. Heartbeat. That's a good idea. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Everybody get eighth notes. Or how to subdivide a beat. Okay? I'm gonna stop right there for a minute and I'm gonna assign you your first homework assignment.